You have been hurt. You have been betrayed. You have been lied to every single day. Donald Trump was never here to work for any of you. He hates you. You're worthless. You mean nothing. Your lives mean nothing. Your house means nothing. Your medical bills mean nothing. Medicaid, Medicare, feeding your children, none of that matters. Your kids don't matter. Your kids' lives don't matter. Nothing that you have matters to him. You're not Donald Trump. You're not part of the rich class. You're not part of the ultra wealthy. You can give him money. Congratulations. He doesn't even give you a thank you for that. You mean nothing to him. You're nothing more than little piggy banks, and you don't even get anything to him. You're worthless. You mean nothing to him. Your hatred is not policy. Your hatred does nothing that actually benefits America. Your racism, the words that you spread, do nothing to actually benefit this economy. It hurts our economy. All this that's been going on is unconstitutional behavior. It is unconstitutional acts. They benefit nobody. They help nobody. And yet, what happens after the loss of Charlie Kirk? Immediately, we're pointed as the bad guys. Those of us on the left, we're pointed as the bad guys for calling Charlie Kirk a bad person. He was a bad person. He was a racist who used so many hateful terms to keep people divided, so much hateful rhetoric to keep people divided. He did not work to unite anybody. He was not some guy who was doing the Lord's work. I guarantee you Jesus Christ would not have been a fan of fucking Charlie Kirk. Guarantee it. But what's been happening ever since? Even though we know that the individual was not part of the left, was not paid off by anyone from the left, what happens? What's been happening? We've still been pointed at as the enemies. We on the left are called enemies from within. We're called literally, I don't know if I can say this word, but I'm going to say it, terrorists. We have been labeled as terrorists. When a majority of political violence comes out, it's from the right. It's from, the call is coming from within the White House. Coming from within the house itself. It's not us. It's not us. And yet, every single day I have to see stupid people saying stupid things. Calling Democrats, they're terrible people, they hate this country. When the ones who truly hate this country are the fucking Republicans. And if you think that my rhetoric is too extreme right now, I don't give a fuck. Why don't I give a fuck? Because the President of the United States doesn't give a fuck. He's not the one who's actually trying to tone down any rhetoric. He's not the one trying to call for uniting this country. So therefore, I'm not going to either. I'm not the one who needs to tone down my rhetoric. We have been the one who have been calling for peaceful protests since day one. Since day one of this presidency. We've been saying if you want to protest, do it peacefully. We have been the ones who have been keeping the peace as long as we possibly can. And I'm not saying to start stoking violence on my side. That's not what I'm trying to call for at all. But I am trying to say this here. There is no reason to call us the enemies from within. There is no reason to be calling us such the hateful terms that you call us. But therefore, I'm going to throw it back. I'm going to call you racist for supporting a racist. I'm going to say that you are absolutely pathetic and you care not for this country at all. You continue to cheer on a man who hates this country. He doesn't like this country. Donald Trump is not for this country. He hates this country. The rules, laws, regulations, and Constitution, he hates them all. It's too much work to follow them, so why'd you follow them? Just break them. They mean nothing. He hates them. Doesn't need them. And why? Because nobody's holding him accountable. Nobody gives a shit. Republicans don't give a shit. They're not holding him accountable. They are either afraid of him or they just, love what he does and they're just going along with it. Why do you think that they're gerrymandering the states? They're trying to cheat the midterms. They can't do any policy that's good for America. And therefore, since they have done no good policy that's good for America, why bother trying to actually win fair and square when you can just cheat? Why bother? Why? After all, Donald Trump tried to cheat in the 2020 election when he tried to take that election for himself right there. He tried to overthrow this government to take the election for himself when he lost it fair and square. And I don't give a shit if someone's going to leave a comment saying, no, he didn't lose. Fuck you, he lost. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. If you still can't see that to this day, you're fucking blind. And you're choosing to remain blind. You're choosing to be uneducated. You're choosing to remain a fool. I am so sick and tired of the finger pointing being labeled at my side. I am so sick and tired of it. When it's those of you who need to look in the mirror and realize that it's your side who causes the division. It's your side that is causing so much violence. It is your side that works with threats and violence and attacks. It is your side. Your side. Not my side. I will own up if I see anything. But therein lies the problem. You ask of me to trust in a government that is completely untrustworthy. You're asking me to be able to look at, links from Fox News. You're asking me to look at videos where you're trying to defend ICE and defend Trump. When I know what I want to know. And maybe you can call that biased. I really don't give a fuck. I have no illusions or intentions to ever try to see things from your side. I tried that before. Do you want to know how I tried that before? I tried looking at debates. And the first thing that I see from some Republicans is nothing more than kissing ass and saying how good of a person Donald Trump is. You lose me there. You cannot convince me this guy's a good person. He is a hateful, racist, fucking person who will not be missed when this is over. He will not be missed. I am so sick and tired of where this country continues to move towards. I am hopeful, yes, for change. Yes, I am. But the good kind of change, not the ones that you're wanting, the ones that you support. You see, all of you wanted to say, I'm voting for the economy. No, you weren't. Unless you wanted a worse economy, did you want prices to go up higher? Is that really what you wanted? You wanted prices higher? Congratulations, here you go. You wanted inflation higher? Congratulations, there you go. You're getting higher inflation. Oh, did you want to lose jobs in America? Congratulations, here you go. You're losing jobs. Oh, did you want a government shutdown? Congratulations, it's almost here. And a reminder here, just so you all know, Donald Trump doesn't want to talk to Democrats about preventing a government shutdown. Nope, fuck it. He's just like, you know what? This is probably just the necessary steps. We just need to have a government shutdown. If we have a government shutdown, we have a government shutdown. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody's just going to fall in line and do what they're told. Because I'm Donald Trump. Why do I care? Oh, wait, I don't. I don't care. Donald Trump has gone out of his way to tell MAGA Mike Johnson, don't even talk to Democrats at all. Don't talk to them. They're radical left. They're just crazy people. We don't have to work with them. To prevent a government shutdown, yes, you need to work with all sides of the aisle. But for MAGA Mike Johnson, he's just a good little boy who's got to do what Daddy says. Because he doesn't have a fucking spine of his own. He doesn't have a thought of his own. He's brainwashed. Or just too pussy to take a stand against Trump. You wanted to not care about the Ukraine war, right? Why are we funding that? Why do we care? It's not the United States of America. Why do we care? Look what happens. Look what happens now. Putin feels more empowered than ever before. He's going after Poland, Romania. Article 4 has been enacted of NATO, which is basically just telling everybody, hey, we're on high alert here right now. So just have yourselves the helm of the ready. Article 5 enacted Well, then guess what? We send our soldiers out there to fight in the war. And this all just could have been prevented if we just kept pushing back against Russia. But what do? We welcomed Russia with open arms. We treated Vladimir Putin better than we treated Zelensky. How shameful is that? How shameful is that? You want to be champions of freedom of speech, right? And when Donald Trump censored Jimmy Kimmel, sent the FCC to take his show off the air, what did some of you do? Donald Trump said, great, now I want Jimmy Fallon gone. And I want The View gone. And I'm not going to say all of you Republicans out there, because there was actually Republicans that were saying this is not good. You can't be doing that. Now, of course, some of them were saying, well, we can't be doing this because what if the left gains control? What's going to happen? What are they going to do to us? Instead of just thinking, well, that's just wrong to do because that's unconstitutional and that's just, un-American. No, of course, they went to thinking about themselves, but, hey, I guess whatever it takes for them to realize to just say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. But no, we got comments from stupid, crazy people that were saying, yeah, no, go after Jimmy Fallon, go after The View. For those of you who wanted to be parties of free speech, you were the ones who were calling for more of that free speech to be censored. We are not enemies from within. The enemies from within are the ones who are in the White House. Those are the real enemies from within, who work unconstitutional. They work with no law. They work with no care. They work to divide. They work for hatred. They're not looking to tone down the rhetoric. They want to make it worse, to blame everything on the left. Instead of trying to protect lives, they want to cost people more lives. They don't want to tell you the truth. Let me give you an example here. It was Wednesday. I believe it was Wednesday. In Dallas, Texas, an ICE detention center was shot up. Who were killed? Detainees. And when ICE went up to meet the individual, he took his own life. No ICE people were killed. None were injured. And yet what does Kash Patel do? Immediately puts out a blue Sharpie marker that says anti-ICE on the bullet. If the guy was so against ICE, why was it the detainees that were killed? I'm not trying to call for the loss of life from ICE people, but that story doesn't add up at all. They don't want to give you truth. Need another example? Epstein files. They said they would release them. They've been hiding them. Republicans have been shutting down on releasing those files for the longest time. Democrats have been united since the very beginning right now of this whole Epstein situation about numbers to release the files. And yes, maybe it's, oh, they're just trying to hurt Trump. So is that an admission that Trump's in the files right there? I can keep going on and on, but I don't want to make this into too long of a video for you all. I just had a rant to get this all off my chest. Donald Trump has not worked to make America great. He has worked to make America worse. And you all have been brainwashed into believing that it's okay. You all have been brainwashed into the belief that eventually this will get better. There's no progression. America is in decline. And Donald Trump is the one who continues to drive America into the iceberg to sink it. Donald Trump is the one who keeps leading America into its decline. And that's all I've got to say.